guys, all around you are different objects, but there is one sort of force that keeps them from becoming asteroids in the middle of space, and that is the thing that is making sure that you don't fall up. No, shoes do not have some sort of magnet that connects to the center of the earth. No, that's not how it works. Instead, there's something called gravity, discovered by Isaac Newton, who allegedly sat underneath an apple tree and had an apple fall on top of his head. Good thing it was not an axe. And he was like, how come this apple fell on my head and gave me some brain trauma? And then he decided to learn a lot about gravity. And he actually termed the coin gravity. And it allows us to not be floating meteorites and coming crashing down on Earth like that weird photo that was taken in real life that you can actually find online, which should be censored because it is not very kid-friendly. Now, Newton stated that there were 3 laws of motion. One of them really had something to do with gravity, and that was like 1, I guess, because he had 50 different rules in the world that are all smudged together into 3. But anyways, rule number 1 is the most important one and the only one I'll be covering, and it states that every single object, when acted upon, it shall continue being acted upon until it is again acted upon, i.e. gravity. Or, for example, when I chop some wood, it doesn't, per se, continue going into the center of the earth and coming back and hitting my head and coming back like let's say a paradox. No, that's not how it works, obviously. Instead, there's something, when I act upon it, I am shoving it with force, and without anything to act upon it, it would come flying back into my head or maybe cutting the whole world in half. But what if there is something that can hold on to it? That is the log. When I bring the force down upon it, what happens is the force causes it to shrink down, but then the amount of energy that is used to put it down evaporates and is spread into the log, which causes the log to hold it up with all its strength, which causes the hatchet to stop moving. This is the same when it comes to throwing something. If you ever go throw, let's say, a baseball by hitting it somehow, maybe with a bat, maybe with your hand, but it will continue going until it is acted upon, i.e. gravity. When gravity realizes that there's a ping pong ball flying through the air, it decides, I need to put this on the ground. So gravity basically uses the amount of mass in that ball and uses its mass, which attracts it straight towards its center. It's because the center is a molten hot lava thing that is also a magnet, and also the amount of mass it has does something very important. But Isaac Newton did not figure it out. Some other guy had to figure it out. A man who was Jewish, partly German, famous scientist, silly hairstyle, and also white-haired. He was also an Einstein. Enter Albert Einstein with his amazing theories, which actually happen to be true, so not really theories. But he stated that, now, you know how Newton did all of that stuff? Well, he didn't finish it very completely. So let's just take a big carpet, put it all out, and have 2 people hold it up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a bowling ball in the middle of it. It won't, the blanket or the carpet won't stay the exact same shape. It'll bend down like that, along with the mass. That is what Albert Einstein suggested. That, basically what he said was, the entire universe is just this one blanket spread onto 2 sides. And these blankets do, whenever something with mass is on it, it bends. For example, a planet you put it on as a bowling ball, and it starts bending. This is the region of gravitational pull. And what it does is, for example, take a ping pong ball, put it right in that hole, it's going to start coming around. But then the gravity will cause it to snap back on there. But that's because it's just really, really that small. But that only works with gravity and magnetic stuff. But what about in space? Let's just think about it in space. Well, in space, there's no gravity. So what it does instead is, because there is no gravity, there's still going to be that bend, and it is going to spin around, but it's never going to come towards Earth's center. That is why the moon is not coming towards Earth. Instead, it is going away from Earth, actually. And it's also the reason why we are not plummeting straight into the sun. That's good, because we don't really want to be burned by the sun. So think gravity to make sure that we are not floating into the sun. The moon is not going to blow the entire planet up. You are not an asteroid in space. And nothing is going to be some random debris in space to be picked up by aliens. And most importantly, the sun isn't going to engulf the Earth. Well, in 2 billion years it is, but not right now.